All right, hey yo, what's going on, all my gamers, all my Uma Musume gamers chat? The Uma Musume Epidemic. I kind of wanted to watch this because I'm really curious as to watch Royalty's, his opinion and what he's gonna say about this. But yeah, we're gonna get into this. It's a short video too, it's not too bad. But yeah, the Uma Musume Epidemic. Let's watch it.
So unless you've been in a nuclear fallout shelter, or actually off the internet contributing to society, making connections, memories, and even perhaps contributing to that 401k, and maybe—
That sounds like a waste of time. Why would I do that? Chat, why would I do that when I could be playing Uma Musume? That is my question.
be committing a bit of tax evasion. We don't judge here, but you probably don't know what's been happening
chat, pay your
on
taxes.
the internet as of late. And that's a good thing. Most of it can be ignored nowadays. You probably don't even know what soggy biscuit is. Don't
God.
Google it, it's not worth it.
Do it, chat. Google it. Okay, sorry, go ahead.
But there has been an epidemic
Oh,
you
Haru
probably
Urara.
don't know about that has blown out of proportion these past few
Oh, so
months.
he's using. I didn't realize he was using like a 3D model. I was like, wait, did the guy looks like Christian Badger?
And it has been everywhere. Every platform, even on the news.
Has
Any
it?
form of short content has
Bow
been
to your
affected.
queen, how
Even
wow, wow.
my reels. My
Bow,
reels. The one that is basically bipolar with how it switches from borderline racist memes to all around just random things. Like, it goes from Bible verses to absolute
Dude, his audio is
gruesome
so
traffic
all over the
accidents,
place.
mainly located in India for some reason.
Shout
Like
to India.
yesterday, I'm pretty sure I saw a person get turned into a foldable chair by an elephant
Mambo.
involuntarily. It was horrifying. If I ever was going to open my reels in public, full volume, it would be like playing Russian roulette with 5 out of 6 bullets loaded, and the bullets are filled with compressed horse semen. And if you get that reference, you're f***ing old. Just had to keep your ego in check. But
I don't think I get that reference. Yeah, no, this is definitely not a Captain America moment. I definitely don't get that reference. Like, I'm not even joking. I actually don't get that. What is it supposed to be a reference to? Do I want to know? I feel like I don't want to know. Never mind.
speaking of horse semen and glue
Haunts.
factories, you may have or may not have noticed the horse girl epidemic. Yes, an influx of female horses on the aforementioned platforms.
It ain't an epidemic,
I kid
brother.
you not, it is being brute forced to everyone,
Mambo,
primarily
mambo.
because these just aren't normal horses. These horses are horse girls. Anime horse
Mambo.
girls, to be specific. And I will be honest, they've kind of grown on me. And yes, once
Nice.
again, Japan is behind this. Not only do we have an anime about a vending machine easing
Did this ever get a season 2? I never knew if this was actually good or not. I never looked into it to find out whether it was actually worth watching. I don't like isekais, Chad. I'm not gonna lie. Isekais aren't really for me. I know there's actually really good ones like ReZero and like some other ones, but I don't think I've ever watched. Okay, there's actually one that I was watching for a bit. It was like a Power Rangers one when he goes into a different world. That one was really funny.
isekai. And let's not forget that one Austrian painter isekai.
Oh,
and that
jeez.
manga about a dog man.
Okay, to be fair, this is about.
And let's not forget that one
To be fair, they don't paint this person in a good light. This is a villain. This is an antagonist. Everyone was saying it like this was like the main hero or something. They weren't. I think they were the antagonist.
Austrian painter isekai. And that manga about a dog man that wants
Is that Invincible?
to touch one of his parents for revenge. And I can't even say the title of said manga because there's a slur at the start.
Dog.
But we also have horse girls now. And of course I'm talking about Uma Musume, which recently, as of around July, has blown up significantly.
Yes, sir.
Partly due to the world release of Uma
Umamusume.
Musume Pretty Derby, which is a game that released globally in June, but has been
Umamusume.
available to the Japanese audience since 2021. These motherfuckers were holding out on us. What else are they
I
hiding?
can't believe they're holding out on peak. Not only can I not believe they're holding out on peak, chat, it's gonna be years until we catch up to Japan. And like I think they're playing like a whole different game. You might as well at this point, if you've learned how to play the game, you might as well just go and play on the Japanese servers because like we're so far behind, it's a whole different game.
High School of the Dead Season 2, Iron Fortress Season 2.
Actually, you might as well just stay here.
Toradora Season. But before this, Uma Musume was a manga, an anime with multiple seasons, with multiple spin-offs and even a movie.
Cinderella Grey.
But mainly it has seen a surge in popularity due to the game now being available to the rest of the world.
Yeah.
But it was popular beforehand. But what is Uma Musume? What are these horse girls in quotations? What is the best horse girl? Why is the game seeing such a spike in popularity? Why is it all over my For You page? Is the community that insane?
That's
and
funny.
no, there are no femboy horses.
Nope.
I know you were gonna ask, you sicko. First, the plot of Uma Musume basically goes like this.
Yeah.
A bunch of horse girls, each being unique in their
Especially
own way and with their own personalities, all attend a school called Trace and Academy to become...
Dude, that's such a big school. I forgot how big the school actually
their
is.
own personalities, all attend
Oh, jeez, I completely forgot how big like the entire school is. Holy.
a school called Trace and Academy to become top racers.
I didn't know they had a tennis court. When did they get a tennis court?
For some reason. And no, nobody is riding
Keep
the
the sun
horse
black.
girls. They are not centaurs. And apart from their ears, tails, and shoes looking like horseshoes, and they also have horse strength and speed, and they even weigh the same as horses. But apart from that, they are completely humanoid. But not all the horses in the game are actually girls. Or are they? But all the horses in Uma Musume are actually based on actual horses, or more accurately, are the embodiment of them.
What's her name?
And
Dura?
a lot of them were stallions, just turned into cute anime girls. Japan well and truly is ahead of its time. In the anime itself, you can actually find a bunch of moments that actually...
I have actually gone... Chad, I've actually gone back and I've actually started watching... Or I shouldn't say I've gone back, but I've taken time, like sometimes before bed or something, after I've watched a certain episode of the anime, I will go and look for the actual race. Because obviously, like, a lot of these are based on races, right? Like he is saying. Dude, it is so hype. I don't know what is it about horse girls, but horse girls are so hype, bro.
Happened in real life. Like the horse Jungle Pocket doing a roar after achieving a victory in 2001 for the Tokyo Yushin.
Jungle Pockets.
Ogre Cap was very uninterested in things outside of eating and running, both of which are shown in the anime.
Fatty.
This motherfucker is the sin of gluttony, and he shook his head before races, which is also shown in the anime. And he also befriended a cat that previously hated him. And then there's Gold Ship, who was not only a fiend in the anime, but was also one in real life. And one of these instances is captured in the anime, where he was too busy arguing with another horse to actually race. Whilst it's unclear what he actually was doing, in real life this did happen, and it cost people betting on him 12 billion yen. Which is roughly $80 million. But more about the lore of some horses.
Jesus Christ. $80 million. Oh my gosh, that's... you know, I think they've made that... I think the game itself has made that... I think it's $12 billion or something. No, I think so, actually. I don't know, I remember.
Later on, but if you want to worry about spoilers, try and avoid the win history of any of the horses in the anime. But for some reason, this anime and movies about horse girls racing looks like it had 20 times the budget of something like Blue Lock. Look, it has actually become a meme online talking about the...
That's not how Blue Lock looks like. You're lying, bro. What? Is that real?
Animation comparison, but there might actually...
You know what? I think I'm gonna read Blue Lock instead. Chat, I think I'm good. I don't think I want to watch Blue Lock. I think I'll just read it. I think someone told me to watch season 1 and then read after that, and I might do that instead.
Be a reason for that. And that's because not only is
I love those videos with the elderly man.
Japan to the point where it holds the title for the most sold Blu-ray in TV anime history for its season 2. Horse racing in general in Japan
for season
anime
2?
history for its season 2. Horse racing
I love season 2. I love Tokaiteo. Tokaiteo is one of my favorite horse girls.
With Japan holding the top 2 biggest...
It's like, yeah, I could call Tokai Teo, my favorite horse girl, but like, I love her dad more. That's okay. Sorry.
Horse racing courses with more than 21,000 horse races held each year, with 15 million fans turning up to said horse races each year just in Japan alone. Yes, horse racing in Japan is a big deal, and the horses themselves have their own fans and fan clubs. A good example is Haru, who is in the anime, who was a horse that in real life lost 113 races with no wins. But she did win one for retired horses,
love you, Haru
so that
Urara.
counts.
We miss you.
That does count. But even though she lost so many races and had quite the sad story around retirement, she won the hearts of many and was named the shining star of losers everywhere, or the star of underdogs everywhere, and kept racing no matter how many times she lost, something that is also displayed in the anime. On her 100th loss, over 5,000 people in 2003 came to watch, and in 2004 she actually saved a race course called the Kochi race course that was struggling at the time and was about to go bankrupt. But so many people showed up and bet on Haru even though the odds were terrible, and they primarily did this because it was Haru, and betting on Haru was sort of like a good luck charm. But the lost bets and charms made from Haru's hair was enough to save the racetrack, and Haru was loved as a horse that kept losing but never gave up. And that love is being once again conveyed to this day in the anime and the games community. So next time you're chasing your losses, ask yourself, would Haru give up? And then spin that slot machine. The bonus...
Chat! Haru Urara wouldn't want you to stop betting your life savings on that girl that you're looking forward to from whatever gacha game, that you're trying to get. So remember, spend that money. It's what she would have wanted.
Will come eventually. You can actually donate ryegrass to some of these horses that are still alive, and Haru received so much recently to the point where they broke the website. And she is not the only one people
right in
have
front of my
found
Haru
love
Urara.
for. A lot of people have fallen in love with these horses and their in real life counterparts.
Bro, so many people love Agnes Tachyon. If I had to guess the favorites from like what I've seen on Twitter, it's like Agnes Tachyon, Haru Urara, Shower ? And that's all I really see. That's all I really see on my feed. Although I do see Oguri Cap as well. Oguri Cap is so popular. It's actually insane. I don't know if Tokai Teo is that popular. Or Symboli Rudolph. I love Symboli Rudolph. Symboli Rudolph has my heart. She's my favorite. She was like she was the horse girl I first picked when I first started playing the game, because you got a first pick of the 5-star permanent girls, and it didn't really matter which one you picked. So it's like, you let destiny decide your best horse girl, and I got Symboli Rudolph.
Stories to the point where there's a tiny bit of infighting in the Umamusume community about which horse is the best. But
Gold Ship is probably the most popular, actually. Let me say that.
More about the community in a bit. But I can almost guarantee you the one CEO that approved the creation of a manga, anime, and game about horse girls racing has just secured the popularity of horse racing for at least the next decade.
Yeah.
We already have Uma Musume cosplayers simulating races, and also a collab with KFC for some reason. But after seeing the...
I think they love... fried chicken in... Do they love... I know they love fried chicken in Korea. I don't know if it's... I think it is. Yeah. KFC, believe it or not, has a lot more... What's it called? What is it called? What's the word I'm looking for? They have a lot more collaborations with gacha games than you would think. There's like Genshin Impact and then Uma Musume, and I'm pretty sure there was more. Was it Zenless? I don't know. But for some reason, it's always KFC. I never understood why, but people love KFC.
5th gold ship meme on my feed. I had to see what all the fuss was about. So I checked out the lore of some of the horses, watched the anime, took a look around the community, and downloaded the game that everyone was talking about that had recently made this franchise
I'm glad
about
Asman
humanoid
loved it.
horse girls blow up
Let's
even
go.
more.
I might watch this.
Was I disappointed? In parts, yes. And I'll let
Really?
you guess those parts.
Gold Ship.
The anime was good. I specifically enjoyed Cinderella Grey,
I need to watch
recently
that.
concluded, and the movie I haven't got around to watching yet.
I'm gonna
the
binge
game
that.
being the first so-called gacha game
Daiwa
I've ever
vodka,
really
Gold Ship,
played.
yeah.
Yes,
Taiki
Uma
Shuttle.
Musume took my gacha virginity. We're ignoring the one time I played Genshin Impact, because that was kind of like Mormon soaking. It doesn't really count. But from
Right.
the game, I first thought I broke it by alt-tabbing because it just kept playing the intro music concept over and over. When I got past that, I went through the hellishly long tutorial, and then I could finally do the best part of the game. Gambling.
Yeah. Let's
Of which I was
go!
finally guaranteed the character I wanted to play. Gold Ship. I mainly stuck to career mode.
I'm glad a lot of the characters that people want are the perma banners, because we don't really know about the next ones. I know, God, there's a few that I really want. They're all like the mature. The mommy characters. There's like Ofevore. There's is it Meijiro? One of the Meijiro girls. She's mommy. There's gotta be more. I'm pretty sure. I have Super Freak, so I don't really need. God, it's all like the royal looking ones. I'd have to look through the list again, but there's definitely a lot more girls that I really want.
Because any other game mode except a few is you versus other players, and I just want you to know I've never seen so many sweaty little pay-to-win whales. Like fucking hell, how many of you came up for?
Really? That's the first time you've seen it? Oh, my sweet summer child. This is just standard practice. Don't you worry. It gets worse. Depending on the game that you play, it doesn't get better. People be wailing on all these games, especially for better characters. Man, it's bad. I am like I'm still like deciding which one of my saves I want to wail on. I think I'm just going to wail on my phone, because that's the save where I have a lot more characters, and that account is like, I think I'm like, what is it, rank 5 or no, grade 5 or something, whatever it is, like the grade before 6. I'm just needing to get my characters to A rank before I can get to the next the last the top rank.
From War Thunder and Soldier grandparents to slavery to pay for the top tier characters. But you quickly find in the game you're not actually playing it. You're kind of just a cook in the corner watching the gameplay like an actual
the guy
horse
smacking his
spectator
ass
and hoping you train the best stats to beat all the other horses.
Oh.
But it is still quite fun. But once again, I mainly stuck to career mode with Gold Ship. I won my first few races and it went downhill from there, with my career ending before I hit the third goal, and Gold Ship was immediately shipped off to the glue factory,
Gold Ship,
never to be
come
seen
back.
again, but
No.
you will be seeing her on a Prit stick in the future.
Oh my God, I seen something where people were selling, was it Umamusume glue? And it would be the girls, and I think it would show where they lost in the career. That's insanely creative, but really, really messed up. However, as messed up as it is, I want to give it points for creativity. It is insanely creative, but still, it's like, no, please. I think that someone picked up a Haru Urara one. I was like, oh no. Why did they make her into glue?
I still haven't fully beaten the career mode with Gold Ship, but I'm not giving up.
Really?
I am enjoying it though. Yes, I'm enjoying the first gacha game I have ever played, but I did not enjoy looking into the community. Now with the community of Umamusume,
dude, also I will say that I wonder how many people have stuck with it, because after that, I think I saw Pokey talk about how people were leaving because of the PvP event, which I can't lie to you, the PvP event is a PvP event, that's for sure. that's definitely for sure. I ended up winning mine, but I had to use like a lot of my older characters, because I had to use like, they were just on the cusp of hitting B rank, I think. I don't remember what rank was the cutoff, and so I had to use like a lot of my older characters, and I ended up winning. like the trophy. So that was kind of funny.
You will quickly find yourself either being spammed with gold ship memes.
Peace, peace. Go the ship.
With Uma Musume.
Wow.
I didn't do that for months. I didn't drop a bomb.
Or something to do with Mamba.
Someone's at the
Mambo.
door. Who is it?
Mambo.
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 Or a post about how much they love Agnes and would do anything for said horse. And then there's the people that take it to a concerning level.
I know it's wrong, but Kita-san blacks armpits. You know?
Like, what the f is that? There's also one guy that spams every reel to do with
I'm so
Agnes,
lucky she's my
and that
wife.
is just peak unemployment. But there is a
That's
rule
pretty
in the
funny.
community: don't lewd the horses, and that is already asking too much of the internet.
Yep.
There are some people that would goon to pictures of themselves with the Snapchat filter that
Oh my
turns you into the
gosh.
opposite gender. So I don't even think these horses are safe. But the community
Definitely
kind
not,
of
no.
doesn't want you to do this, primarily because of the creators of Umamusume. Side Games in Japan have a rule about
Major Orion.
creating certain art pieces of the horses, because once again they were actual horses, and some of their trainers who treat these horses like family would be pissed to see one of their stallions that was probably a legend drawn doing some heinous shit, and
Yeah.
would probably sue
I
Side
can-
Games if
I definitely can understand it. Like, I do think it might be a little, what's the word I'm looking for? A little optimistic, kind of a little bit delusional to assume that the internet won't do it, but at the same time, I see where their head is at, and I just wish them the best. I hope they get they get the results they're going for. My advice for those trainers: don't look up your horse online. That's probably the best step you could take. Don't do that, because you're not gonna like what you see.
they found out, but they're okay with them being anime girls. That's
Wah.
pretty cool. And as people said online, Side Games probably wants to keep a good reputation with the Japanese Racing Association,
Oh, the
so they
JRA.
can keep pumping out content with
Kita-san
actual
Black. I love
horses
Kita-san
used
Black.
as inspiration. But people outside of Japan still do it. Just most fans tell you if you do stuff like that, keep it to yourself or just don't do it at all. They don't want another Overwatch situation where most people remember the online animations more than the actual game. But
That I think Overwatch is a special case because of how terribly they handled the game, right? The game has just been in such a free for all in popularity for such a long time that the game was in a terrible spot. I think it still is now, especially with the release of Overwatch 2 and how they handled that situation. So the looted stuff is probably the best content out of that game. I don't think Uma Musume will ever turn into that because of how content rich this game is and how good the game is, and how, if you look into Japan and how much better the game is going to be, and the animation's always getting better, and there's always new, and there's going to be, like, I think there's new mangas. I don't know if there's new mangas or the manga's concluded or whatever that is. Like, there's just a lot of content that will always outshine the looting. Overwatch, unfortunately, like, I don't even know if there's even an Overwatch league anymore. I think Saudi Arabia bought it, but, like, I'm surprised that game has an EOS. I can't imagine that game makes any money.
in the community, you can also
You know what? I take it back. That game makes money. Release another, what's her name? Oh, God, I don't remember her name. What's her name? Release another Kiriko skin. Make sure her ass looks fat.
find an arms race where people are fighting for who is the best horse. You got the
Ooh.
Ogre Cap fans, the Rice Shower
Yeah.
fans, obviously the Agnes fans, the
Agnes
Haru
Tachyon.
enjoyers,
How
and the
wa wa wa.
Gold Ship and Gold Family fans.
Oh, my God. Fenmeno, Ofevere, Dream Journey, Stay Gold. Wait, I want to see all of them.
The Haru enjoyers, and the Gold Ship and Gold
What is it? Nakayama Festa. Oh, she's part of the Gold Ship family. I didn't know that. I've seen her. I've seen Fenomeno. She's kind of weird, but I like her. I especially like her, like, military-esque. What is it called? Yeah, she kind of looks like Jotaro as well. And then Ofevere. I love Ofevere.
Family fans.
Dream Journey. Ooh. My goodness. Chat, I need Ofevre. And then Stay Gold is tiny, if I remember correctly. I think he was a tiny horse as well, which is really weird of how he was able to sire probably one of the greatest lineages in horse racing. He's like super tiny.
Because apparently being a good racer or a good racer and mentally deranged
Fenomeno.
is a hereditary gene in the
Dream
Gold
Journey,
Ship family,
Gold Ship.
and there are a lot of them. But despite this active battleground, the community has come together a bunch of times. Now, if you
Oh god. That one made me sad. Oh god. There's so many Haru Urara edits after the time of her passing. Oh god. And then there's so much fan art. I'm trying not to still be sad about it, but still.
haven't heard of W Place, it's basically a global map where you can draw on a specific location and it is displayed to
That's
everyone
pretty
else
sick.
drawing on the map. You have fandoms that battle
Is that
other
Griffiths?
fandoms in specific locations for their
Pokemon?
drawings to stay, and some people even take it as far as getting hundreds of bots just to maintain certain spots.
Wow.
But what else you may not
Do you have to like pay for that? What is I don't
know
know.
is that a lot of the horses in
El
the game,
Condor
their
Paso.
in real life counterparts are unfortunately not with us anymore. Some
Yeah.
refer to the game as a digital graveyard of sorts because there is only like 2 horses in the game that are actually still alive. However, in August, the community came together, as one of the horses in the game, Grass Wonder, had recently passed away.
Oh god. And this was like when when the global community really learned about this game, because it had just released too, and then unfortunately Grass Wonder passed August. I think it would be a month later, or probably the month of release, something like that. Yeah.
And in one location on W Place, there was a tribute to him, which is an impressive feat with all the communities that will battle for a single location. But these people managed to maintain this memorial for a while before it was eventually destroyed, with many putting the blame on the Deltarune fandom.
What?
And fucking hell, I did not know you could actually develop a slair for a fandom. Do not mess with these people's horses. But I will say
Yeah.
it was sort of beautiful in a way. Making a tribute for a horse that most people had never even seen in person, and people outside of Japan probably only knew because of the anime girl persona. It's kind of wholesome in a way. And it wouldn't be the only time, as unfortunately quite recently the horse who never gave up and had just won her first race, Haru Urara, as of September 9th, had passed away. There were many tributes both online.
Oh boy. I wasn't ready for this again. Anyways, let's try to I'm going to try to speed through this part cuz it still hurts.
And in physical locations for her, and on W Place they engulfed certain places in Japan with art of her. Looking around, it was actually surprising how many people truly felt something upon hearing about the news of her passing, even though they had never met the horse or had any interaction with her. Once again, it's wholesome in a way, and looking at her memorial on the W Place today, it's actually expanded. But what else is impressive about this community is
What?
the amount of shitposts.
Is that how far is that? Also, is that new luchador Pokemon? It is. Wait, it's like over here. Wow. That's so nice. That's so far too. That's like I want to cut it off like here, question mark? Like this part of the map here. I'm trying to like circle it. Oh god, there's so much more. Oh my god, he can't actually put it all on screen. That's how far this is. I love that they made her a little Doro. Wait, let me. There it is. They made her a little Doro right here. That's cute. They made a little Doro over her. Is that a little gold chip down there? I think it is. And there's an Agnes Tachyon right there. But I really like this. The huge Haru Uraras too are really nice.
Expanded. But what else is impressive about this community is the amount of shitposts. First, they've added a bunch of mods
So
to
you
games like
stop
Left 4 Dead,
showing that
adding
gold
Umamusume
shit
to
one.
it.
Mambo.
Mommy, mambo. Mambo.
I can't tell if she's supposed to be the pipe bomb or the gnome. But this community has been circulating shitposts for
That's
years,
funny.
and I just realized.
Wait, is there Umamusume mods in Guilty Gear? I have to look that up. I need to know now. Curiosity has me.
Yesterday, they were behind a very popular one 2 years ago of one of the horse girls singing Mustard.
I never knew that this was Tokai Teo, by the way. I actually did watch this years ago. 2 years ago, specifically. There was only 2 years ago. I even heard it. I've actually heard the entire version of this a lot. Because it's actually a really... Because, it's AI, right? So it actually... they have the entire song of it. I have listened to this song, Ballin' by Mustard, a lot more than I've actually heard the original song. The Tokai Teo version. It's really funny.
Ballin' whilst walking down the street. Like, I wasn't the only one that just realized this was an Uma Musume girl. And it had like 2 million views and it was
I didn't know it because she has a sword, which I believe she's getting for Majoro McQueen. So I never put it until later when the game came out and I started watching the anime and I started looking up clips of the anime and then I seen it because that's when, because Tokai Teo is famous. She does it several times in the anime where she sings her Hachimi song. I didn't know that's what she was singing when she was walking on the street. Hachimi, Hachimi, Hachimi. Oh,
everywhere. This community has a lot of influence. Even Goldship became a VTuber at one point.
I can't believe
and joined
Goldship
on
is
stage.
everywhere.
Anything but training. It can also be found on the Uma
For real.
Musume YouTube channel, which has given birth to a lot of slop for the community.
Presentation.
And she's also played Poppy's Playtime.
I tried to watch this. I couldn't do it. Not because it was bad or anything. I don't do scary games, so maybe next time. Next time, play something like Amogus or something, and I'll watch that.
Pretty sure there's not a soul that hasn't played that game at this point. But that is basically the community. These people really love these horses. But really quickly, I just wanted to speak about the best part of Uma Musume for me.
Oh.
The horse law. So surprisingly, a lot of these horses have a lot of lore to them.
Yeah,
Goldship,
a lot of
or
it is very
Goldship,
tragic.
The horse I've mentioned about 20 times in this video, and is basically the community's mascot at this point. But in real life, they are a big troll. Not only, as mentioned before, did he lose people about $80 million, but
God.
he also tried to constantly attack his trainer in some...
I can't believe... Imagine being one of the best race horses of all time, and it's like you still weren't really trying, and that's kind of Goldship in a nutshell.
videos, he even tried to get into a position to straight up kick him and was all around well known to be very unpredictable. But he absolutely loved his groomer, immediately recognizing him at one of their reunions and spotted him out of all the people present.
That's
and came
cute.
To say
I've
hi.
seen this video.
However,
I've seen this
despite
video.
Goldship being this chaotic, he was also an absolute powerhouse when he was in
he's
the
a
mood
monster.
to win. With him winning 11 races in a row and most times always being in the top 5, which is something he
Dude,
may
he
have
is a
inherited from his
monster.
father,
Stay
who was
Gold.
Stay Gold and had the same record as his son and the same temperament. His mother Point Flag, although having a limited career, also had quite the stats.
Oh,
But
okay.
Goldship apparently didn't like being raised by his mother much. When he was born, apparently due to her neglecting him, he would only really be seen around her when nursing. Despite his career,
I
Goldship
didn't
would
know that.
retire in 2015 and become a breeding stallion. And boy, did he have a successful career.
And boy, did he like it, that's for sure.
Yeah, he fathered approximately 517 children
Special week.
in total. The child support would go crazy,
Oh,
but
yeah.
there was one thing which horse professionals noticed when Goldship retired. Often horses that race and retire have damaged or somewhat impacted muscle health, primarily due to the racing and training. However, Goldship was completely fine, and
look
it's
at him
assumed
go.
when racing he never truly gave it his all. So this motherfucker could have done more, he just didn't want to. As of right now though, Goldship is still alive, living in the same place his father Stay Gold did, and also the late Grass Wonder. He would actually go out of his way to go see Grasswunder and go greet him, of which Grasswunder would actually get really happy. And the two...
Oh, fuck. No, that's so sad. Oh, man. Dude, I'm telling you, like, the chat, you think Nikkei is depressing? Bro, why is the story of these horse girls so depressing? Like, their IRL counterparts. I never understood it, but, you know, apparently it's the thing in horse race. Never get into horse racing, apparently. It sounds very depressing.
Two of them would harass the other horses. When Grasswunder passed, it was said Goldship was in an awful mood and quite depressed following his passing. I personally didn't know horses had this much personality. They're like big dogs. I previously thought they behaved like NPCs without scripts. But for a chaotic horse, Goldship has quite the personality and relationship.
It sounds weird to say, but I definitely have grown more love for horses after discovering this game.
The horse Ogre Cap was a monster on the horse track.
Does she have a thought? Never mind, go ahead.
And was said to be responsible for a boom in horse racing from 1987 to 1990.
Woo!
And had the nicknames Grey Monster and the Idle Horse.
That's
because
sick.
Despite being born somewhat weak and his mother not being able to supply enough sustenance to her child, Ugly Cap would grow to dominate the horsing scene, winning 22 times, being in the top 5 31 times, and only
races,
being in the lower top
G1
5
race.
twice. His trainer noted that the horse only really loved sleeping, eating, and racing. He would be named the Idle Horse due to how many fans he would attract to his races. However, the same fans are said to have been very vocal that the horse had done enough. Because as said once again, racing is a lot for a horse. And on his last race, which he won in 1991, he would retire. And like other horses, became a breeding stallion, of which he would retire from that in 2007. And in retirement, he would befriend a cat and live his days peacefully on the fields. Where in 2010, he would unfortunately pass due to a leg injury at the age of 25. A monument was erected, and still to this day, his life is celebrated in July each year. Agnes is another fan favourite who was a horse that didn't take part in many races. But in the races they did take part in, they completely dominated the competition, sometimes by many lengths and breaking records.
I gotta watch this movie now, Chad. I really, really need to watch this.
He was expected to win the Triple Crown, which is winning 3 specific races.
He was gonna be a Triple Crown winner?
But he would be known and respected as the Phantom Triple Crown instead. As on his last race that he won, they noticed an injury which led to his retirement in the same year. He, like the rest, would become a breeding horse and was known as a successful sire for horse breeding. But he would unfortunately suffer a heart failure and pass in 2009 at the age of 11. I think if Agnes didn't get that...
Really at 11? Holy shit, he was actually really, really young. Or I wouldn't say... how old would that be? Oh, geez, I don't know if I could do that math, because I know at 30, horse years and human years at 11, he would have been equivalent to a 38-year-old human. That's really unfortunate. Wow, he died really young.
Injury, the horse would have absolutely destroyed most other horses of that time. But now not only are they remembered for the fact every race they were in they won, they are now also remembered as a direct and intelligent horse girl that the community has become absolutely obsessed with.
I really like Agnes Tachyon.
Dude, let's kill the horse.
Oh God,
I'm so tired, Finn.
In conclusion, going into this, I thought this whole thing would be more like Genshin Impact and have a community just as worse as Genshin, but it isn't.
Hey, I'm trying to fix it. It's hard, but I'm trying to fix it.
That bad, and I'm actually enjoying playing the gacha. The community itself, despite loving the horses a bit too much, are kind of wholesome in a way with how they respect these horses that these anime girls are based on. The whole concept of Umamusume is unique, even though we have other titles like girls named after warships and in other cases guns.
Extra per million.
But this one
Girls
I
from Line 2
did enjoy, primarily due to finding out most horses have lore and how well they were translated to the media being produced.
Rice Shower is so
Not on the
cool.
same level as Warhammer lore, but It's lore.
Rice shower in her black assassin form looks so cool.
I
I love that
genuinely
part of the
liked finding
anime.
out about it. But if I had to say who the best horse is, it is obviously Goldship. Fuck you. Anyway, that's all I had to say.
Wait,
and bye-bye.
hey. That's not appropriate. All right, let's relax here a bit. I definitely love Goldship. I do love Goldship, though my favorite is Symboli Rudolph, the Emperor. But question mark. I do think I do love these games. I do love this game, and I do love the girls. This game has become something special for me. Not just because I play it on my break at work, but like I just love all the girls. Obviously I have a soft spot for my favorites, but I enjoy them all nonetheless. I just wish the gacha was a little better, but boy oh boy, Japan is kind of brutal. I'm not gonna lie. Their gacha games, they're no joke. They're no joke, that's for sure. Anyways, chat. I hope you guys enjoyed this. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I hope you guys also enjoy Uma Musume. Chat. Let me know how you guys feel. Comment, like, subscribe, and I'll catch you gamers in the next one. Bye.